Welcome back. Monte here, Shadle Park Geometry. Okay, we got to get started with math. You never know when I might start talking math. Okay? All right. Tuesday, September 22nd. We're starting our second week of school. Okay, if you missed today, this is what we talked about. The very first thing we did was recap last week. Last week we started talking about shapes. What makes a square, a rectangle, a rectangle, parallelogram, a parallelogram, rhombus, a diamond, trapezoid. What does a trapezoid look like? A kite. We need to know these shapes all year and the symbols that talk about what makes those shapes. Congruent, equal in measure, parallel lines, 90-degree angles. Okay, so as an entry task, this was the entry task. So if you weren't in class, you can see the entry task. It was posted on the team's webpage. Okay, that was part of the class. We just took 10 minutes. Can you find all these shapes? Okay, just a bunch of dots, lots of different answers. There was no only one right answer. Okay, all right. Now we're moving on. What makes a shape a shape? This week we actually talk about more notation. Okay, so let's get started. A point. What is a point in geometry? Okay, so if we're on a map, we put a big dot. Okay, that dot represents a point on the map. A point, a particular location on the XY coordinate, a particular place in Spokane, okay, the corner of Wellesley and Ash, Shadle Park. So a point is a particular place, okay? It's a location, okay? And for the sake of this discussion, let's just call 0, 0, right? The XY coordinate system. So 0, 0 represents a place, a point, a location. All right, now we're moving on, okay? A segment. A segment is made up of a point and all the points in between. That's a segment, okay? So I'm going to call this A, B, in the notation, A, B, with a little line above it, no arrows. That represents segment AB. All right, here we go. Moving on. A ray. A ray is an end point and an arrow. Okay, so now I'm going to call that A, B. The end point is A with an arrow. That is the symbol we use for a ray. All right, now we'll go to a line. A line, again, let's call A, B, but if it's a line, arrow on both ends. Arrow on both ends goes forever in both directions. AB with a line with arrows. Okay? So again, it's all about notation and symbols. We have a point, a segment, a ray, a line. Now a plane. Picture this whole wall is a plane. It goes on forever, ever, ever, and ever. Okay? That is a plane. Coplanar. All the things on that plane. This point, this segment, this line, this ray, this line. They are all items that are coplanar. Okay? Later this week, we're going to be talking about angles. What makes up an angle? So let's just look at that real quick. You have a point and a ray, same point, and a new ray. So an angle can be made up of two rays. It could be made up of two segments. And we're going to learn how to write all the things about rays, how to measure a ray, all the different symbols for a ray. We can call that angle A. We could call that angle BAC. We could call that angle CAB. We could, but we'll talk about that later in the week. Okay, so that's what we did in class today. We recapped shapes and the characteristics and notation. Talked about more notation, all right? Then your assignment outside of class was to watch a video tutorial about how to log into Mathia. Clever? And then you look for the Carnegie Learning Mathia button. And then you actually do 20 minutes worth of Carnegie Learning Mathia. Okay, that's part of our grade. Every week we're going to log into Mathia. Especially for those that were kind of bored last week, let Mathia be where you challenge yourself, because you can go as far and as fast as you want. All right? So that wraps up our Tuesday, September 22nd lesson. Quick little entry task. And then your practice for 20 minutes outside of class is to watch the video and log into Mathia and do the Getting Started unit. Until Thursday, have a great start of the week. Bye-bye.